Hello everybody, welcome to Ozark Family Corso. We have the whole family here and we have reached our 6-month mark for this little black girl here. Her name is Leia Estrella. If you can't see it right now, but she has a very prominent star on her chest, and that's why we had the Estrella added onto her name. And this over here, you can kind of see his body down here is Boomer. He's our older dog. We've had him for about 1.5 years or so. He's a fantastic dog, but he is mostly Corso. He has some Neapolitan Mastiff in him, and he has some American Pit and Amstaff in him, but he is an absolutely fantastic dog. Absolutely love dog. He loves everybody. Leia, you gonna behave yourself down there? And then we have Taylor over here.
Another part of the family right here.
Anyway, we have hit the 6-month mark, and Leia has been fantastic. We want to talk a little bit about the ownership of Cani Corso and why we decided to delve into this breed. So about 1.5 years ago, almost 2 years ago, we had another dog that passed away, and we rescued him. His name was Sarge. He had some sort of Mastiff. We believe he probably had Corso or maybe Canario. We're not sure, but we're pretty sure it was Corso and maybe a American Bulldog, and he was just the absolute best gentle giant a family could have. So when he passed away, we did some research, or I did a bunch of research, and I came across which dog I thought would be great for our family, knowing that we were going to be living in a place that we were going to have some land, and we were going to have some space. I wanted to have a guardian breed, but I also wanted to have a breed that was, hey, Leia, a breed that was great with the family and great with the kids. And as you can see, they love to play. They play all the time. They listen well. They're, for the most part, you've got to socialize them like crazy. You've got to train like crazy. But they are incredible dogs. So you can see they're very playful. I've gotten a couple treats and I have them kind of in a stay command right now. And Boomer's drooling all over the place. He loves to talk for his food. Leia kind of chills out. She'll get up and ask for it with her eyes, but not so much with her mouth. But anyway, I was getting back to why we initially got these dogs. Our one dog passed away. We love the breed. I did a bunch of research, so I decided to go into Corso, and I found a breeder that was doing has a Corso. It wasn't a full bred, but I knew I'd seen the mother and the father, and I really liked what I saw. And they were, like you can see, he's a mostly Corso pup. She's 100% Corso, ICCF Corso, but just loved what I saw and decided to pull the trigger and got Boomer. Now my wife wasn't super excited about that because of the type of breed they are. Big protection breed, needs to be trained, needs to be socialized. If not trained properly, it was going to be a big mess. What did you think when we were deciding on getting Boomer? What were your thoughts?
I was not thrilled about getting a large breed dog that had a kind of the stereotypical fighting dog. A lot of times when you go on websites for these breeders, they always have the protection dog photos up of, you know, these massive dogs with massive teeth, and their hackles are up and they're getting ready to attack and bite something, and you know, the bite force that they have and things like that. And I just thought this is a liability. I know that any dog can be trained, and if they're trained well, and they can behave, but I was concerned, you know, being a family of 5, a busy family of 5, that we would not necessarily have the time to spend training them and, you know, making sure that they are the dog that we need them to be. So yes, I was a little bit fearful and hesitant of getting this breed. I did not do as much research as Aaron did on it, and so I kind of had to trust that he had put the time and effort into knowing what he was getting into, and that he was going to be the primary trainer of the dogs. And far so good.
Yeah, super important. The training part is so important. Fin rear canine is what I've kind of gone through, and I've really enjoyed the week by week process that they have me going through. And now I've missed some, and I haven't been super consistent, but I've been for the first few months of this one's life really consistent, and we've socialized her like crazy and both of them like crazy to people. This one is actually more excited to see other dogs than people. He's still pretty leery of people. No aggression whatsoever, very solid temperament, but just is definitely leery, is definitely the Corso leery. This one is less leery of people right now, but she's only 6 months old. They definitely have their protection gene in them, where they protect the house. They definitely will protect our fence line. Anyone that comes around our fence, they don't want to have anything to do with them, just because they're scary looking and they're big. So they're kind of done exactly what I wanted them to do, and they have been incredible family dogs. I haven't had an issue with either of them with anything other than chewing some shoes or the basic puppy stuff for her. Now him, he's kind of bulletproof. I call him my bulletproof dog. Boomer's fantastic. We feed them. I'm very picky with the food I feed them. We go raw diet, and I go New Zealand kibble. That's really all I do is raw New Zealand, and they tend to really like that a lot. And they thrived with that food. No allergies, no issues with skin. Their coats have been fantastic. So anyway, they decided to take off on us. They don't want to be on the camera, I guess. They're going to go play upstairs. Anyway, but they've done really well. Been very healthy from day one. So I'm going to let my kids talk a little bit about why they like the dogs or what they like about the dogs, and then I may finish up after they get done. Okay, I have them both in a weight command. They have a treat on the floor, so they're both kind of looking and staring down their treat. Hopefully they won't get up. And slobbering. They do slobber a little bit. This one slobbers less than this one, but they do both slobber. So River, when I decided to get a big dog, what were your thoughts of me getting a big dog? What did you see when I brought them home? What did you see that made you feel better about them being really friendly?
That you train them correctly.
Yeah, I was out there training a bunch, wasn't I? Out there
Yes.
working with them. So, that's one of the things. They are incredible family companions as long as they have a very consistent leader and they can trust you and they focus on 100% on what you're doing, and they don't take anything into their own hands, because when they do take something into their own hands, you will probably not be happy. They will not be doing the right thing. So, hey guys, break, Boomer, break. Here you go. There you go. Oh, she stole your treat, Boomer. Oh, that was rude. That was so rude. You were so slow. So yeah, so she's this. She will try to grab that food when she gets a chance. Leia. Okay, I'm gonna have them back in their weight command. Hopefully we can keep them there with their, facing the camera here for a minute or two. All right, Aubrey, what do you think? What was some of the things you were thinking of when we got the puppies? Obviously, the dogs have no problem with cats either. Yes.
So whenever we got Boomer, he was huge as a puppy, and I thought that he was going to be at least over 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And
how much does he weigh right now?
95.
Yeah, 95, 96. You're right. Yep.
And
wait.
I thought that if my dad trained them correctly, that he was going to be a good dog, but I thought that he might be a little bit difficult to handle even with the training, because he was so big. Even if he didn't do everything correctly, there could be he could make a big mess, or he could do something that we couldn't take care of. But he actually turned out to be a really good dog.
Really sweet. Is he super gentle? Is he super lovey?
Yeah, and he's really soft.
Very soft. He's like silk. He's just incredibly soft. And you can see they're pretty well trained right now. They're just dying to grab their treats, but they're looking up at me to see if I am giving him the go yet. Even Leia's slobbering a bit. Poor Leia. Layton, my question to you is, when I decided to go get this big dog, and I told you I was going to be bring a big dog breed back home. Were you worried at all about that, or what did you think about having a big guardian breed, someone, you know, a pet that's going to be as big or bigger than you?
So I was kind of scared for the first part because I didn't know if he'd do the training successfully, and if anything happened wrong, something was gonna happen. So that's why I was kind of scared.
Yeah, worried about the dog, you know, doing something on its own and to you, and you're worried that it could be aggressive. And so what have you learned about these dogs?
They're very smart. They're lovable to children and other family members. And sometimes, whatever they need to attack, they can attack.
If they needed to, you think they
If
would?
they needed to defend.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen them attack anything?
Not much.
No,
they-
I've never
they-
seen them actually
no.
attack something. Now they've definitely barked and held their ground and showed people that they should not be coming into our property without, you know, asking
Permission.
first. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, anything else?
Well, also we were excited because we were getting our first ever puppy. It was our first dog. We thought he was gonna be really soft.
Yeah, he was a good pick.
And
Even though it wasn't a 100% unanimous decision when I got the dog, it was like, oh, I don't know, you're gonna have to train. There's a lot of stuff you're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
But it turned out that you know, especially, you know, getting Boomer, she's not full grown yet, so she's working through her stages. But he has been about as good as you can hope for, and healthy, super healthy.
Yes,
Really
super
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He had big ears and he had big paws.
big paws.
It was
We'll
so
try to pop some
cute.
pictures of the two of them when they were little puppies and show you the difference between the two puppies in the video.
Like his ears were so big compared to his head.
Yeah,
It
they're
went
pretty
like
floppy.
Down all
Call
the
them
way.
Dumbo, right?
They were like right
Yeah.
here.
That's right.
And did you want to talk about their fear stages? Because they.
Yeah, I think we talked about a little bit about the fear stages. So Leighton, now that we have two Corsos, one being mostly Corso and the other being full Corso, what do you like about the breed? What do you really like about? Obviously, they're big dogs. Do you like them being big, or would you rather have small dogs?
I'd rather have being big protection dogs. Also with family, they can be with family.
How have they been with you and the rest of the kids and stuff? Have they been gentle? Have they been crazy? Tell me how they've been.
They've been really gentle since we've gotten both of them.
Yeah, she's been a little crazy sometimes because she's a puppy, but she hasn't even done a lot of biting, like, you know, biting the socks or biting your hands and stuff. She doesn't do a lot of biting, does she?
No.
No,
not
like
really.
puppies do. She really hasn't been that way, hardly at all. So that's been really good. Anything else that you like about them?
I like how they particularly grow
Yeah.
from one stage to another.
Yeah. Have you noticed anything have you noticed their fear stages? Have you seen fear stages in them?
Yes, I've seen some fear stages from
For sure.
Both of them.
Both of them definitely had stages, and she's going through one. It's not a very pronounced one, but they've both gone through stages where they were kind of scared of a lot. He went to a really bad fear stage.
He was scared of a box.
Everything. He was scared of a new box. He was scared. I took him to the park one day. The next day I took him back to the park, and he was like, "What's going on?" And he was kind of freaking out. He just hit that fear stage. So they have pronounced fear stages. One has had more than the other, but they both definitely have had them. How fast do they grow?
Actually pretty fast in my opinion.
Very
They
fast.
have certain spurts.
Yeah, they blow up. They have spurts. Like I said, we try to feed them as clean a diet as we can. Don't want them to get too heavy too fast. The bigger they get early in life, the worse it's going to be on their joints. So you don't want to overfeed them at all. You let them grow at their rate that they're genetically supposed to grow. If you want a big dog, go look at the mother and father. If they're both big, you're going to probably get a big dog. She was tiny for Corsos when we got her. Cani Corsos are normally, at 8 weeks, they're normally 8 to 9 weeks, around 20 pounds. She was only like 13 and a half, 14 pounds when we got her. But she's had some really good spurts. She's over 60 pounds now at 6 months old. As I said today, she's 6 months old at 60 pounds, so she's doing really well, and she's not bulky, she's lean, and we're going to kind of try to keep her. I'd like to keep her that athletic, lean as we can, but also keep her super healthy. Anything else you guys want to add about the dogs?
Their coats are really silky. Especially Boomer's, because it's really shiny.
Yeah, she has a double coat. He has a little bit more of a kind of a single coat, super silky single coat, which isn't necessarily a Corso thing. She has obviously the correct coat. She has the double coat. She has a little bit, it's very smooth and soft, but there's some coarseness to it because of the second coat. They do well in the cool, and with cool temperatures. As it gets hotter, they struggle a little bit more in the heat. Anything else, guys? Anything else you want to add? Is there something about the dogs that surprised you, or anything that you really love about the dogs that you didn't think you were going to love?
Maybe the fact that a lot of people are afraid of big dogs, and especially being around children. And so I can say that these dogs are almost like guardian dogs. They're family dogs. They are here with their family. They love all of the family members, and they're very gentle with them. They can go play in the backyard with the kids. I don't have any worries about that. They will sleep in the bedroom with the kids. The kids can play tug of war with their toys with them and things like that. Playing fetch, I have no worries with these dogs and the kids. The dogs love them like they are part of the pack, part of the family, and I just don't feel like they would be dangerous at all to the family.
Oh, he's going to take it. Finally decide to get the treat.
Snuck up there.
Go for them.
All right, Leia, break. Go get your treat. There you go. Good girl.
Fine.
Would you? You wouldn't be if they had to be alone with the dogs for 3 hours in the house by themselves in one room. Would you have any worries at all?
I would not have any worries.
Yeah, they're just like I said. They're bulletproof dogs, or these particular dogs have just been bulletproof dogs. Let's see what else I was going to say. They're definitely guardian dogs. So that's something you got to watch when you have a bunch of people over. You got to make sure, and you got to socialize them with the people that come over to the house. Normally, it doesn't take very long to get them to where they're Boomer a little longer. Her, she's super easy. There you go. Good sit. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I think as long as they're raised with cats, that they are good with cats.
Great with other animals.
Both of
Yeah.
these dogs were raised. We had cats before, and so
Taylor's the boss.
they
Yeah.
came up with them. Yeah, our white cat
Yeah.
right here is the boss.
He's the boss.
And it just, as long as they're trained well from the beginning, I think that's super important.
Stop.
I think they can be
Stop.
great dogs.
Stop.
They're not only guardian dogs, but they're like nanny dogs for the family.
Yeah, I agree. They're a lot of fun, and they do love to play. They get super active, but so I'll let them. They've been sitting nicely for a good 20 minutes here, so I'm going to let them have a little fun together. I'm going to finish off by talking about them as puppies and compared to rescue dogs. We've always rescued dogs in the past. You get to go and you get to choose your rescue dog. You can kind of get their personality. You can kind of get a feel for who they are, but you can't, raise them from a puppy, and you don't have the
Full control or alpha position necessarily at first.
sometimes at first. You don't have the satisfaction of when you raise them a puppy, you've done everything yourself, and you raise them to become really, really good dogs that you can trust. Which, again, if you go rescue, which you hate to see these dogs because they're getting more popular, you're going to see more and more of them in shelters and stuff, which is terrible. And you just don't know how they've been raised and how difficult they're going to be if so it's just one of those things. That's another reason why I wanted to find a really good breeder, which I did, and really loved the bloodlines and the temperament, and they are exactly what she is exactly what I wanted, and so is he. But yeah, for puppyhood, these two have not been big chewers. They haven't been mouthy. So we've gotten fortunate, but I also think just with all the training I think that's such a huge factor. Remember, if you decide you're wanting to get in this breed, you just basically it's a daily thing. You want to socialize in one way or another, whether it's to sounds, whether it's to different shapes, objects, people, animals. You've got to socialize them, all the time. Like I said, they're so much fun to watch with a cat. One thing I do want to mention, neither of them have an ounce of resource aggressiveness. From the start, I've taught both of them, I will not let them have anything to eat without them asking me if it's okay. And after they wait 15-20 seconds, I'll give them the go command or the break command, and they'll go to their food. I do that every single time I feed them, and it's whether that's the reason or these dogs are just naturally not food aggressive or resource aggressive. The cats can go eat food out of their dish while they're eating, so I don't have any problem with them. Like my wife said, with the tug of war, with toys, with kids, we can grab something straight out of their mouth. There's never a growl. Neither of these dogs have growled one time at us when it comes to resource aggressiveness.
Well, yeah. If we're dressed up as the monster, if we want them to bark at us, they'll bark at us.
They'll come out and cape sometimes to see if they can get a reaction, and the dogs will pop up and they'll lock in, and they'll pop their capes up and go, hey, and the dogs are, they definitely have their sights up. That's another thing. They're the most attentive dogs I've ever seen. Both of them are always looking. If we take them out, they are always looking around to see what's going on. They're always hyper-focused on what's going on around us to make sure everything is safe and on the up and up. Let's see, what else? Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, very, very stable. I think these dogs in general, I think a lot of other dogs, you'll have a tendency to find dogs that are hyper. These dogs do not have that hyper. They're more mellow, and they are very stable. As long as they're trained decently, they are very stable dogs. If you find a dog, a Cane Corso, that is not stable and you can't trust, that dog should never be bred. Absolutely should never be bred. They are calm dogs, they are majestic dogs, they are stable dogs, just like you look at the standard, just like what they say on the standard, that's exactly what they are.
They shouldn't be fighter dogs.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they should be fighter dogs. They weren't bred to fight. They were bred to protect. They were, they did do some. They were war dogs a long time ago. They had their ancestries were war dogs, so they do have that that toughness in them for sure. But they are, but like I said, they are very stable. Most stable dogs I've ever owned. They will protect, but they're not looking to attack anything, which is fantastic. So anyway, I think that's it for now. We'll be adding some more videos here very soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We would love for you to
like and subscribe.
Smash that
Subscribe button.
and notify.
What?
Huh? Hit that notification button.
Yeah.
We're new to this. We don't know all about that, but we're new. We're going to put up some videos. Hopefully you guys will get into this and like it. I haven't seen any true family Cani Corso pages on YouTube, so I thought this would be a good chance for us to be a part of the community.
And also comment if you have any interesting questions. We can answer them.
That's right. And one day, if her hips are just like her parents, and she grows up and she's exactly what we want her to be, I may get some little Leia puppies. I'd love to have some little Leia puppies. So we'll have to talk about that in the future. Hopefully that will be a video. Hopefully we can put up in the next year or so. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day, week, and month. Take care of yourself.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.